Hello and welcome. I'm Sarah Bramall, joined by Rebecca Daniel. Together, we are co-founders of the Coaching Catalysts. At the Coaching Catalysts, we have a wonderful service for professional coaches post-qualification to support coaches in their professional development through supervision and through mentor coaching. And we are delighted to be here today. As you will notice from our special banners, we have reached the end of our first ever cohort of coaches on the Supervision Diploma who have been working with us over the last 9 months to train to become professional coaching supervisors. So in our live today, we're going to introduce you to these wonderful coaches, soon to be qualified as supervisors, and you can hear all about their experience of completing the Supervision Diploma, all about their experience and their learning, and the work that they are going to bring into the world as coaching supervisors.
It's been an incredible journey. They have been engaging in, oh my goodness, ongoing learning and development and supervision practice for the last 9 months. And this is just the beginning of their journey, and we're incredibly proud of them all. So if you are watching this live or on the replay, do let us know. You can either do that by engaging in the chat, and we can see over there on Instagram, we've got Kate joining us and Betsy. So welcome to you all. If you're over on LinkedIn or over on Facebook, again, do let us know by saying hello in the comments and letting us know where you're watching from. So we're going to do a really ambitious live today, and we're excited to introduce all of our supervisors, because yes, they are, to the room. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring them all onto the stage, and we're going to do a little introduction so that you can learn a bit more about them. And shout out to you, Stuart, over there on Instagram, that's joined us too. So Sarah, while I do the tech, shall we bring them to the room?
Absolutely. So we're going to bring everybody into the room with us, and they're going to come and introduce themselves and say hello. So one by one, we've got you coming on to the stage. And I will say, while I'm doing this as well, we also have wonderful Morvet, who is part of our cohort. I know Morvet will be watching, but she wasn't able to join us live. But everybody else coming onto the stage, those lovely waves, lovely smiling faces. Welcome to all of you. Thank you very much for being here with us. And I know that we're just going to go around the room one by one and introduce yourselves by sharing your name, sharing what you do, and sharing your kind of sector or area of work. So from the top, Jill, let's come to you.
Hi, lovely to be here with everyone. My name's Jill Press. My career spans 30 years in the education sector, 20 of those years as a senior leader. And I've now qualified as an executive coach and soon to be qualified as a coach supervisor. And I've set up my own business to support leaders in education.
Fabulous, Jill. Thank you. And next up is Dr. Aisha. Okay, so Dr. Aisha, let's hear from you. Oh, I don't know if the sound is working. This is the fun of doing a live with so many of us. Dr. Aisha, you're going to introduce yourself if you can. Okay. Can we hear you? Oh, you're muted. No. Okay, we might come back to Dr. Aisha at the end and see if that works. Amy, let's come to you next.
Hi, I'm Amy. I am an international coach and now coach supervisor. I primarily work with language learners and with creative writers. So that's what I do. As I step into supervision, I'm working with a wide range of coaches. I talked with my colleagues earlier. I tend to lead gentle chaos.
Beautiful. Thank you, Amy. And Penny, let's come to you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Penny Phillips. I'm a coach supervisor, primarily working with parenting coaches and parents, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Parent Village, which is a peer-led, not-for-profit supporting parents who are having a tough time.
Fabulous, Penny. Thank you. Mandy, over to you.
Hi there, my name's Mandy Manners. Yeah, I'm a trauma-informed coach and supervisor. I'm also a trainer at the Coaching Academy and Alcohol Change UK. I work mostly in the field of mental health, addiction recovery, and also kind of burnout, stress resilience, work like that. And I'm really, really excited to step into supervision because it's so needed when you're working with people that have complex challenges.
Fabulous. Thank you. And Tracy.
Hi, this is very exciting, isn't it? I'm Tracy Crouch-Clark. I am the Compass Coach, owner of the Compass Coach. I've got kind of two pillars. So I work internally in the public sector as a leader and have taken coaching and supervision into that organisation as an add-on role to my day job. And my second pillar is working within education, working within schools to support teachers through supervision, students through coaching, students who don't find it difficult to engage with the school system, and parents who are supporting those children.
Fabulous. Thank you. And Jess.
Hello, really lovely to be here. So my name is Jess Wisford. I'm one of the co-founders, co-directors of Inclusive Teachers. We are a not-for-profit community interest company, and we support young people to access and succeed in education and careers. And we also do work with leaders in workplaces, and that's around supporting inclusive leadership.
Fabulous, Jess. Thank you. And Dr. Rabia. Oh, Dr. Rabia, sorry to interrupt. We couldn't quite get your sound there. Let's come to Dr. Aisha, and we'll come back to you, Dr. Rabia, in a second.
Got a bit of miking going on. Let's try and unmute on my end and see if that can work on that end. No, this is always the joy with tech. Always the joy with tech. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll come back to Dr. Rabia and Dr. Aisha once we can get that tech sorted, or do another live at another time. So bear with us. Thank you. Okay, Sarah. So we have had our lovely introductions, and we will have a look at those mic functionalities, and definitely give Dr. Aisha and Dr. Rabia a time to introduce themselves. So what we're going to do in this live is we're going to ask our supervisors here in the room some questions that will help you to understand like what's shifted for them since they've been engaging in their learning in their diploma, but also how they've used the learning. That's really important, right? They've engaged in 9 months of ongoing training and development, as we've already said at the beginning, but it's really interesting to see how they've used that in practice in their careers, in their businesses, and in their personal lives as well. And then we're also going to look at some of the opportunities that have occurred for them and that are yet to still come for them. And this is what's exciting, is looking ahead into their future careers as supervisors of what is ahead of them in this journey. So looking at opportunities, outcomes, and commercial impacts as well. So we are going to start with Penny and Mandy. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the other lovely supervisors just backstage so that we can hear from both of those. So let me just do the little shift quickly on my end. And we should have left Penny and Mandy on the screen. Over to you, Sarah.
Thanks. So let's start with you, Penny. So we're going to be talking about impact, first of all. So what has shifted for you in your practice since embarking on the supervision diploma?
Well, I think for the Parent Village, we were already offering an internal supervision offer to support our peer facilitators and coaches. What the impact has been is that we've been able to systemically think about what that offer looks like, how to shape it, bringing in new models and tools to facilitate those supervision spaces, both the groups that we run and the one-to-one supervision offer that we provide as well. I am yet to get some feedback from our peer facilitators, but I'm looking forward to gathering what the impact has been for them. But for me, It's given me more confidence that I'm creating brave spaces for them to develop their growth, really.
Confidence in holding those brave spaces for them to develop their growth. That's wonderful, Penny. Thank you. And coming to you now, Mandy, how has supervision supported you with working with more complex and emotionally demanding client work?
Yeah, I think it's hugely important. The line between where I work, between kind of coaching, therapy, and perhaps counselling, it's kind of the closest that you can be. So enabling people that are working with mental health or trauma or addiction recovery, being able to really stay in that scope of practice, being able to understand what is possible in coaching, because I think sometimes people feel afraid of kind of working more within the depths of feelings and emotions because of the fear of it not being coaching, but it really can be, and you can have such kind of impact on the behaviors, the mindset, the emotional and co-regulation of someone in terms of kind of stabilizing them in the coaching field. So it's also about, when you're doing that deep work, being able to be resourced yourself. And I think that's a really important part of being able to hold perhaps those stories and the things that you're hearing. Going to supervision, you have a space where you can reflect on your own well-being. How am I within this, and what do I need to take care of in order to kind of move forward in the best way for myself, but also my clients. So it's been hugely beneficial for me as a coach, but also now to be able to provide that support for others. It feels like a really kind of important place to be.
Fabulous, Mandy. Thank you so much. All right, Rebecca, where are we going next?
So thank you to Penny and Mandy, and we'll see you back for the fire round. So we are going up next to Amy and Jill. And actually, I don't know, this wasn't a coincidence that both of them are from an education sector. I didn't magically make that happen, but yeah, both of them have extensive experience in education. Both of them have been running their own practices and businesses. And so what we're looking for in this round is, like, how are you using the supervision skills that you've now learned and developed in the real world? Like, how are you applying it across the sector? So let's go to Amy first. How are you using supervision in the sector, and why does it matter?
So the work I still do in education is primarily one-to-one in small group with young people. And how supervision is really influencing that is I'm taking the opportunity and having the opportunity to ensure that students are in the right mindset when they come to work with me. So rather than teach, test, we get to really explore what's happening. Why are you feeling held back in class? How can we support growth rather than how can we support getting that A star? Outside of the classroom with students, working with the grown-ups in education, I think Jill has a lot more experience there, but it's just supervision is informing my coaching practice every day and making me a more sensitive and attentive coach. So I'm going to stop my conversation there and leave it to my good friend Jill.
Because we could be here all day, couldn't we, talking about like what we notice is needed in the sector. And yeah, it isn't always just about academics, isn't it? Is it? Like, we know that there's a lot more that goes around how we can get young people to excel. And we know that coaching is part of that, but actually holding spaces for leaders in supervision is also part of that process too. Amy, you're doing great work. So yeah, let's go to Jill. So Jill, again, has a background in education, and you are also working for or running your own alternative provision, Jill, aren't you? But what conversations are you starting to have about supervision in schools? I'd be really keen to hear more about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think to contextualise this, we have to address the fact that we've got a teacher retention crisis going on. The Teacher Wellbeing Index has amplified a need for us to address poor well-being for its leaders and its teachers. And I think statistically, we've got 3 in 10 teachers and really good leaders leaving the profession or thinking of leaving the profession within the next 12 months. And the reason they're doing that is because the conditions for their own professional and personal growth do not exist yet. I think that narrative is changing. Supervision initially was talked about for designated safeguarding leads, and it is actually a recommendation in keeping children safe in education. But now the conversation is stretching more broadly to hold and support leaders, and by leaders I mean not just the head teacher, but their deputies, their DSL, their SENCOs, all of those who are leading strategically in schools. And it's so vital that they're given regular, contained, non-judgmental space to process all of the stresses that they're managing on a daily basis. The pressure in schools is relentless, and leaders are now being expected to do more with less resource. I was talking to a head recently who bravely shared with his own leadership team. He's relatively new to post, and he bravely shared that he himself had previously suffered from burnout through just that relentless pressure that he was under. And he normalized the fact that we're all human beings at the end of the day, and there is a human cost if we don't put those conditions in place. And so he's now investing in his own senior leadership team that I'm working with and saying, I want you to show up and have that space to be able to process and really do that deep reflection that supervision enables you to do. And by doing that, I think the emotional burden that a lot of leaders carry can become lighter. They can gain more clarity in what they're doing, and they can make better decisions. And ultimately, we need somebody in leadership to have those characteristics if they're going to have the best impact on our children. So I'm really excited about seeing publications at the moment of conferences that schools are starting to lead on supervision. There's one happening next month that I'm going to attend. And I think multi-academy trusts are now looking to invest in supervision for their leaders. So very much needed.
Thank you, Jill. And it always is having somebody who is, I guess, an advocate for the work that we do as coaches, as supervisors in any organisation, isn't it? To kind of just lead the way, champion the way forward for us, and open up opportunities for us to kind of do the work that we're doing. So a huge shout out to both you, Amy and Jill. And Amy, if you've got anything to add, feel free to let us know. But of
course, I've got something to add. Yes, I just want to echo what Jill said. I know that these things are happening in the UK, and I want to affirm that they are happening globally. A lot of my work in education is with international students and international educators, and the support that's needed is endless and sometimes feels non-existent. And that is one thing that I get to do as a supervisor. I wish I was doing more. I'm working towards doing more. Is really supporting those educators and those school leaders in an international setting where they can sometimes feel as alone as we feel when we're locked behind our screens. So yeah, absolutely. Beautiful work that Jill's doing. I'm super glad to be a part of it on my side.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, you know, when Jill was speaking and, you know, what you've sort of said, Amy, reminds me how in supervision, it's not just about supporting the coach, it's about supporting the coach and supporting their clients, the people that they're working with, and supporting the whole system. And I really got a sense of that, Jill, when you were speaking. So thank you both. We know you're hugely passionate about the work that you're doing in supporting educators. So thank you. All right, we are now going to move the conversation now to looking ahead. So looking at opportunity, looking at growth, looking at what has opened up as a result of our wonderful coaches engaging in training as supervisors. So we are going to welcome to the stage next Tracy Croucher-Clark and Jess Woodford, and possibly Dr. Rabia, if the audio is working again. Let's hope that the audio is working again. So Tracy, let's come to you first then. It feels a long time ago when we embarked on this journey together back in September last year. What opportunities have opened up for you since you joined us to start the diploma, particularly in your organisation?
Yeah, it's been amazing journey and a really exciting one as well. There was no such thing as supervision within my organisation, so I work within the public sector, and I was able to introduce coach supervision on a one-to-one basis and also in a group coaching situation for the first time. And some of the feedback has been amazing around the importance of that reflective space and just having that space to reassure young leaders that they are doing okay, that that what they're doing is okay, which is really important. So the one-to-one coach supervision that I've been doing has been with young leaders just finishing their leadership courses, which has been really exciting. And then the group supervision has been with very experienced coaches, which again has been fascinating. And to see the two very different groups has been amazing. And now I'm able to bring together the one-to-one coaches that I've been supervising, bring them together as a cohort so that we can do some group supervision with them, which is absolutely fantastic. Of course, the other opportunity, and we don't like to talk about it, do we? We don't like to talk about money and stuff like that. But the other opportunity has been outside of my day job as part of the Compass Coach. And that has really just grown amazingly. I've just going to start work in September with some group coaching for a local secondary school, which is going to be amazing. And schools understand supervision. They understand what coach supervision is, what leadership supervision is. So, it's really great that they understand the concept. And all I need to do is go in and say, yeah, I'm a supervisor. Look, I've already got that relationship with the school, which is fantastic. And I've been able to go in and say, do you want this space? Because I'm now a coach supervisor. I can do this for you. And they're really enthusiastic about it. And that's fantastic. So that starts in September. And I am so excited. It's really opened up an immense amount of opportunities. And not just for other people, but also for me. The growth in me has been amazing. I struggled at school. So to take on a diploma that's 9 months, and it is intense, and there was a lot of theory, has been brilliant for my own growth as well.
I love hearing you talk, Tracy, because you're so authentic in the way that you share. And I think it's really important to tell people actually that this wasn't an easy process. It wasn't straightforward. It wasn't just done in 5 minutes overnight, right? And then you can say, hey, I'm a supervisor. There was work, there was grit, there was time. And also what I'm going to love about this round is just knowing actually that there is a need and a demand for supervision in all of your sectors, in all of your industries, and you see that. And I think that it will help to increase the awareness of the need for it in other people's organisations if they don't have it. So thank you, Tracy, for sharing. So we're going over to Jess. So Jess runs her own business as well as having independent work as a coach and as a supervisor now. So Jess, what has enabled you to step into a supervisor role supporting leaders who are using coaching? I'd love to know.
Yeah, thank you. It's so lovely to be here, and I echo what Tracy has said. It's been an incredible journey, kind of stepping into this supervision role. It's been a really rewarding journey. I've worked with leaders for a really long time as a leadership coach. I love working with kind of purpose-driven leaders that are looking to make their leadership more inclusive and particularly take more of a coaching approach to their leadership. And what's been really lovely is being able to combine that kind of the skill set that I've built around leadership coaching with this new skill set around supervision, and bring that kind of different lens and different type of support to the leaders that I'm working with. And I was really pleasantly surprised to be able to put things into practice. I suppose so immediately. I think I'm quite used to doing training courses, and then you're kind of looking and waiting for opportunities to kind of get going. And so to be able to really crack on with supervision opportunities before we finished the program has been really rewarding.
Thank you, Jess. It's really wonderful to hear from you as well. And we've been inspired by you and by all of you, by the way in which you have been so proactive in seeking out those opportunities to get out into the world and get supervising. And yeah, it's been really, really inspiring to see you seizing those opportunities. So thank you. We're going to come now to Dr. Abir. Dr. Abir, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We are winning. We got there. We persevered with the test. We got there. So welcome. So actually, first of all, let's please invite you to introduce yourself, because we didn't do that earlier.
Yeah, Dr. Abir Al-Rasbi, and I am a leadership expert, coach, trainer, and I focus mostly on leadership development and team building. And I'm also an educator. I have been in higher education for around 20 years between academic and administrative work.
Fabulous, Dr. Abir. Thank you for your lovely introduction. And now, we are curious to know what you are noticing in terms of the demand and the opportunity for supervision on an international basis.
Yes, I think I have noticed this from day one that I joined the supervision diploma, and I noticed that globally there are a huge need for supervision, and especially for coaches, and from my field of expert for leaders as well, because I work with a lot of leaders who are under huge pressure in whatever level they are with leadership, and I understand, and I have see how much the supervision have added to those who I have been working with for the past few months. So I can see there is an opportunity for it, because the coaching market is kind of expanding very rapidly around the globe, and especially here in United Arab Emirates as well, because we have a lot of levels of coaches in different areas. And actually, there are very limited, if any, supervisors who will give these coaches the opportunity to be able to have the space to grow as a coaches, and to reflect, and to have the space to really check on their coaching practice. Another opportunity that I can see from my own perspective is coaches who are coaching in Arabic, because within the Middle East area, we have a huge percentage of coaches who coach in Arabic language. And to be honest, we don't have any supervision in terms of supervising in Arabic language, except myself and Dr. Aisha, who's with me in this program. And I can see how much this is really needed, and will open a lot of opportunities for those coaches to be able to have the space, to be able to reflect, to be able to grow as coaches, to be able to see their coaching practice from a different angles, the same way I have seen it when I get into this diploma. Especially those who also working with cross-culture kind of coaching with different people. Here in United Arab Emirates, we have around 200 nationalities, and within every organization, the minimum number of different nationalities that you will have at least between 20 to 15. So you have a lot of people from different backgrounds. You have a lot of culture differences, and that will add a lot for people to be able to support these coaches in terms of supervision. And I think this is what made me see really the big picture of being part of this diploma and being like credited as a supervisor by end of this diploma to be able to help and support in this level of coaching.
Dr. Abir, thank you so much for all that you've shared. You and Dr. Aisha have inspired us throughout the course of this programme in the way in which you are trailblazers for supervision in the UAE. And you make a really good point as well for all of us globally, because coaching is such a new profession. It's emerging very quickly. And we're seeing, as coaching grows, a need for more supervisors. And so the fact that you have embraced that, I know you've done lots and lots of education about what supervision is, about the benefits of supervision as well. So there is absolutely a need for more of us as the coaching industry grows, for coaches to be practicing safely, ethically, professionally, and supervision Absolutely. Is a huge part of supporting that. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we've heard from our coaches now, and we're now going to move to a quick fire round whereby we're going to invite the coaches to share a word that lets us know why every coach needs to be in supervision. So, are we ready, Rebecca?
I didn't think I could unmute there, but yeah, is my sound okay?
Your sound is fine, yeah.
Good? Oh, good. Okay, good. We're getting there. We're 31 minutes into this live and we are doing it. We're getting there. So we're going to bring Jill and Amy into the studio again. So welcome back. Welcome back. So this is our fire round question. And the question that we would love to hear the answer to is, why does every coach need supervision? Now, Sarah and I can talk all day about why every coach needs supervision, and the ICF and the EMCC and the AC and all the other bodies, IPEC, they can talk about why coaches need supervision, but we'd love to hear it from you. Why does every coach need supervision? Let's go to Jill.
I think so they can remain fully present for their clients and ethically grounded. That would be, I think, the most important thing for me, being in that present moment to offer that nurture. Yeah.
And over to you, Amy.
Excuse me, sorry, community support and personal growth.
I love how you made that a fire round. Thank you, Amy. Amy's like, yep, community support and personal growth. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to you both. All right, so let's go to, who are we going to now? We're going to Penny, Mandy, Tracy, Jess, and Nabir. My goodness, there's a whole load of them now. So let's bring on Penny, Jess, Tracy, Mandy, and Dr. Abir. Let's go. So what's their question, Sarah?
So thank you. To you, we'd like to ask you, why should a coach consider becoming a supervisor? So Penny, let's come to you first.
No pressure. We're in the helping professions, right? So we want to be helpful and supportive. What better way to be able to do that than to hold coaches as they hold their clients and provide that space for them?
Beautiful. Thank you. Mandy?
Yeah, I think it's about upholding coaching to a high standard. You know, there's not enough coach supervisors out there at the moment. We don't in coaching have the same kind of regulations as you do in therapeutic practices. And, you know, it's being part of the change in that and really sort of upholding this, that having those checks and balances, having that kind of accountability, taking care of yourself, taking care of your practice, taking care of other coaches, holds us all up and shows, you know, what the brilliant work we can do in coaching, and kind of sets you apart from someone that perhaps is, you know, less qualified and stepping into this without the same kind of love, dedication, and ethical practice that we want to uphold as coaches.
Oh my goodness, I'm loving this. I often feel like it's myself and Rebecca like flying the flag for supervision, and to be in a room with all of you who are like, yes, this is why we need it, is so inspiring. Thank you. Tracy, let's come to you.
I think I might just say what Mandy said. I think she encompassed it really well there. But what I would say additionally is from a very practical point of view, it does give you an additional income stream to your business. And again, like I said before, we don't like to talk about it, but we have to put bread on the table, and we are business people. We are business men and women. And it does open up a world of opportunities for additional income streams. Just to make it a bit pink and fluffy, it does also obviously improve your own personal growth. I'm a much better coach for having been through this supervision diploma.
100%. Yeah. Thank you, Tracy. Jess, let's come to you.
I mean, it's getting hard now because there's been 3 really good answers. I would absolutely echo what the others have said. Personal growth has been huge. That those kind of like helping to uphold the like standards of the profession. And I think the thing I would add is it's just needed, right? So there's, like you said, there's a huge growth in coaching, and therefore there's a huge growth in the need for supporting those coaches so that we can make sure that coaching is having the greatest impact it can for those people that want to engage with it.
I lost my mute button then. Yeah, Jess, I think that was a brilliant answer, and it is hard to go towards the end, but you're doing wonderfully. And last but not least, Dr. Rabia, why should a coach consider becoming a supervisor?
Well, because it's fun, kind of. I guess it's hard to find a more supportive or more stronger answer than the ladies, but echoing everybody's answer, because I do agree with all of them and echoing their answer, but I have to say it's more kind of going to the next level as a coach and being able to support those who are in need as a coach, who are starting their career as a coaching. Being an expert coach and then moving to supervising level will allow you to support those who are starting their career as a coach. And I have to second this statement from just very carefully, because yes, we have a lot of coaches in the market, but we are having very limited qualified supervisor to be able to support these people. Yeah.
And nobody said fun. Nobody said fun. Let me bring Jill and Amy back into the fun. So thank you, Dr. Rabia, for sharing that. We have had a journey, and I just have to add that this live is coming after they've spent the last 3 hours with us today. So this is our final day together as a group online, and we had a little celebration earlier. So they've been focusing on who they are as supervisors, on the journey that they've been on, and the journey that they're yet to go on as well. And one of the questions that was asked today, or not even asked, but one of the things that was raised today on our live session was that we're all supervisors, and all of you in here have a different style, different approach, different experiences, different lived experiences, professional experiences, personal experiences. So I'm hoping for anyone that's tuning into this live today that you can see the opportunity that is in front of you to work with any of the incredible supervisors that have been on this journey, and those that are not with us at the moment, Dr. Aisha and Morvet. So thank you to you all for opting to invest in yourself and embark on the diploma with the Catalysts. Sarah and I wish you every bit of success and happiness in your new role as a supervisor, whatever that is yet to be. If those who haven't connected with you are on LinkedIn or on Instagram, and what we'll do is we'll make sure that we're tagging you all. So please do go and search for their profiles. And if anything has resonated with you and you're listening to this and you're thinking, oh, I want to reach out and ask Jill this, or I want to reach out and ask Dr. Abir this, please do. They're all friendly. Give us a friendly smile. They're all friendly. Yeah, they're all friendly. They're all friendly. And so I'm sure that they'll love to connect with you, whether you're a coach, whether you're a supervisor, whether you're a leader, or an associate company that's looking for associate supervisors. I'm sure that they'll be very pleased to hear from you. So as we begin to wrap up this live, I'm just going to acknowledge those that are over on Instagram. So we've got Sandra, we've got Northern Star Coaching, we've got Janaya that's joining us. So thank you to all of you, Mohammed, Stuart again, Betsy and Kate. Sarah, I think that comes to the end of our live. Any final words from you?
Oh, goodness. Just to say, it comes to an end with a little feeling of sadness because we've had the most wonderful time together on this journey since September. I think we were saying last week, the coaches, all of you were saying, I don't know what we're going to do now with our Wednesdays, but you've worked incredibly hard. You've been incredibly courageous in your learning, and we're so proud of you. And every single week, Rebecca and I have said to each other, this is our favorite thing that we do in our working week. So thank you so much for making it such an absolute pleasure for us as well. Okay, I think that's it. I think we'll have a last farewell and we will finish our live. Thank you all.
All right. Bye, Dr. Abir. Bye, Jess. Bye, Amy. Bye, Jill. Bye, Tracy. Bye, Penny. Bye, Mandy. And over to you and I.
Oh my goodness! You see, I feel a bit sad now. Like we're going to feel a bit lonely at the end of this journey. But you know, for those of you watching, if you've got to the end of this, thank you. And if you've got to the end of this, we know that you feel the love for supervision as well. So don't be afraid to reach out to us. Comment waitlist, we will share more with you. So whether you're a coach looking for supervision, clearly we've got lots of wonderful supervisors here to signpost you to, or if you're a coach who's thinking, what's the next step in my professional development? I'd like to be a supervisor. Let us know, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you.
All right. And that is now a final wrap, apart from the fact that we've got lots of observations to look at, lots of feedback to assess, but that's a final wrap for the cohort of November 2025.
Wow. Yeah.
Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.